Hello, hello. All right, so my Leos, welcome back. So let's go ahead and jump on in, Leo, and see where this storyline is going to take us, shall we? Each zodiac has had a very different tempo to it today. Thank you guys, by the way, for all your patience with me this week. I've been away pretty much all week because of a family emergency. So thank you for being so patient while I've been gone. But we got the Chariot here in the upright. Chariot is Cancerian energy. It is about all systems go. It's time to race forward. There's no time to waste. This is a Leo who seems like they are going places, or this is somebody coming toward Leo. Oh, well, this could be somebody coming toward Leo to say something. This could be somebody coming in to literally speak their words, say a truth. It's almost like they couldn't seem to write it down. They need to say it in person. And I just suggest that because although this is a quill pen, they're not writing anything in the clouds. This is something that they need to say eyeball to eyeball. I feel like this character is they're coming forth. They're coming forward. They're not six of air. They want to heal something with the Leo. Or they're coming in to tell Leo that they are free, that they have moved on, that something is different in their lives now. Tell me more about this. 10 of fire. This is a character coming in to say, I'm unburdened, Leo. There's nothing holding me back anymore. I remember that difficult thing I was embroiled in. It's over at this point. I don't have the same things bogging me down, holding me down. I'm free. Oof. 9 of air, king of fire. This is looking like it's a little nerve-wracking for them to do this because what they realize is after I say all this, now I got to wait and see what's Leo's response. Will Leo say, welcome back into the fold, darling, um, or will Leo say, yeah, I'm not interested anymore? I feel like this person is one step away from saying, and now I want to be yours. Now I want to be in Leo's life. And I think that they're very stressed out about this. They're racing in, and I do think this person is racing in to say, my obstacles are over. These things are, this is very clear, this is very cut and dried. But then they kind of choke a little bit. They kind of get nervous. 6 of fire. I want to say that this person is going to be like blown away by what they see in the Leo, the attractiveness, the beauty, the success, the handsomeness, however we want to talk about the Leo. It doesn't matter. I don't read for genders, but I feel like they come rushing in to make this proclamation, and then I think as they stand there, it's almost like I can feel somebody kind of like getting more stressed out, wilting a little bit in front of the Leo because they're like, Leo is better than I remember. They're more attractive than I remember. They're more powerful than I remember. They're sitting here relaxed, and what am I doing? I'm racing in to tell them, hey, everything's all better on my end now. And then I think, because this feels impulsive at first. 9 of fire, that's 9 of wands. Now they're standing there wondering, because it's like the ball is in Leo's court. They might even have it hit them all at that moment, the moment where they are announcing that something is smoothed out in their life. They might be suddenly having that sense of awareness where they're like, oh my God, I just came in to make this big announcement without contemplating what does that mean to the Leo? How is the Leo going to digest what I'm coming in to say? Does it even matter to the Leo? Are they going to want to renew and revive things with me? Do they want to talk to me anymore? I don't know. I just kind of came racing in to tell them this big thing that has happened in my life, that's happened to me. But I don't think that this character necessarily thought about, I think it's just now sinking in that they didn't contemplate how the Leo might react or not react. Got a 3 of wands. What does the future hold? Well, first off, I don't think Leo is reacting at all. I think if anything, Leo might just hold eye contact with him and say, thank you for telling me. If you're expecting a response, I'm sorry, I don't know what I think about this yet. I need to contemplate. And you see that we've got kind of a spiritual individual standing here kind of, I think Leo's going to have a couple of sleepless nights, maybe 3 of them, but they're looking out over this landscape of mountains, and we see the eye is in the sun, almost like Leo is asking, what, let me get the higher perspective here. Why did this person show back up in my life? I want to be spiritual about this. I don't want to just cut them down and be like, yeah, I could care less that I'm hearing from you now. Even if that is Leo's first instinct, I think that they're just going to respond to this person by saying, I don't have anything to say to you right now. I'm going to need some time to process. And I think that's probably because this Leo is asking themselves, universe, why am I hearing from this person now? Now of all times. How does Leo feel about this person? 4 of Wands in the reverse, liberation, like they were over this person. They might have only recently gotten beyond the memory of this person. This is the Judgment card, but they call it the Liberation card in this deck. And you notice how we have like a butterfly that's coming out of their chrysalis that's transformed. It's almost like the Leo has said, well, what I learned is that person is not my happiness, and I was able to let them go. This person might be racing in right at about the moment that Leo has had that, I'm really good now. I'm really over it now. So when this person shows up, I don't think the Leo's going to look at them and be like, this almost feels creepy. Like, what were you, like, somehow in my skull, in my heart, knowing that I finally just said to myself, I'm over them. I'm good. I've grown beyond this. I know that they're not a part of my future. I know that they're not going to be in my world, and I'm okay with that. And now, bam, it's almost like the second Leo thinks this and releases them, here they come. And I think that's a real reason Leo is stunned and like taking some time of silence to process this, because I don't think that they want to tell this person those things. Like, um, you know, I literally just thought to myself how I'll never probably converse with you again in this lifetime, and I'm okay with that. I don't think they're going to say that to this person, right? But that's exactly what this looks like. Like Leo made the peace with something and said, they're not for me. They'll never be with me again. We're not the thing. We're not going to be together, and I'm good with that. Ooh, no wonder it's confusing. So the Leo is very introspective right now. They're going to take probably at least 3 days to think about someone who reaches out to them that they really thought, I would never hear from them again, and I'm okay with it. As they stand here kind of on this peak of a mountain, they might have some sleepless nights. They might get up at dawn to meditate over things. They might be asking whatever their connection to the higher power is. Maybe randomly thumbing through books to see some kind of, inspirational message, or maybe they do meditation or prayer, or maybe they simply are saying, I don't know how to see this yet, and until it becomes clear, I feel encouraged not to say anything. I don't want to tell this person to get lost. I don't want to tell them that I love them. I don't want to tell them that I'm giving them another chance. I don't want to say anything until I can figure out what I think about this. So we have the Messenger of Coins. This is that Page of Pentacles. These are our messages, or messengers, I should say. I feel like with this Messenger of Coins, we keep seeing like dawn, early morning, or something dawns on our character. There is it's either like Leo asks for guidance from their higher self or their higher power, and it appears that a message comes in to help them determine, what do I do with this person who's reaching out to me that I truly believed I was over? What is the message? We have Nurturer of Wands in the reverse. We have Action of Coins in the reverse. We have a 10 of Swords upright, and we have a 5 of Cups upright. Forgive me, I don't pick the cards. It's whatever comes out is what I will tell the story that I see, good, bad, or ugly. The thing that Leo contemplates is not like, universe, why am I hearing from them now? Am I supposed to take them back? What am I supposed to do with this? I made peace with the idea that I'm over them. They're not my person. And as they contemplate this, it's an interesting thing that happens, because the answer that they get, or the thing that dawns on them, is when they made that assumption that this is over, I'll never speak with them again, they're not my Four of Wands, they are aware that with that mindset, that energy that they were in, they were speaking and making a decision from a very wounded energy. They were making that assumption that a wound that exists cannot be healed. There is no change in tomorrow. It's an agonizing ending. I was stung like a scorpion stinger, and this person can only cause me grief. Why? Because I'm in a state of grief. It would be like asking somebody who's incredibly thirsty, to say, like, is water delicious? Yes. Of course, the answer is yes. They need water. That's the only focal point. And or someone who's just hit their thumb with a hammer. I'll put it in a negative perspective. Somebody who's just hit their thumb with a hammer, it'll be like, our hammer's dangerous. Yes. Well, that may be true, but it can be equally as true that a hammer is the most useful tool. It can also be equally as true that although we desperately want water, if we were drowning in it, water would be our worst enemy. It's all about perspective and use of any tool or any substance or anything on earth or any person on earth. Consider the entire circumstance. This Leo said, I'm over them during a time of great pain, during a time of great loss, during a time where they felt stung. So now, why did this person show back up into my life? That question, it shifts a little bit. Maybe this person has come back into Leo's life, perhaps for a reason not so Leo can reconcile with them, but because this person is going to possibly heal some of that scorpion sting energy that they experienced at this person's hands. Maybe this isn't about needing to take them back. Maybe it's about healing. Let's see. So it's just a way to keep a more open mind, is what I would say. Let's change decks. Actually, let's first go here. Since we have eyeballs, let's go with a concept of what else is there to look at. We have potent potion. Your spells are very effective in carrying out your commands. The way I look at this is not anything to do with spells and black magic or anything like that. That's all hogwash in my opinion. I could care less about that kind of stuff. I use it, everything is like a metaphor for me anyway, because I'm a storyteller. I see a inspiration, and that's how I weave the story that I see. This is talking about the way in which Leo speaks about themselves can shape the way they look at themselves. The way in which Leo has chosen to characterize or even categorize a relationship or a person kind of takes on, like, okay, if Leo characterized this person as someone that I couldn't trust, somebody that hurt me, they belong in a category of pain. They belong in a category of never again. All fine, absolutely. People do things and then they earn that reputation, and we place them in a category where we go, that group of people that fit in that category, those are the ones I won't tango with again. Those are the people I won't talk to again, because they're intentionally hurtful. The only thing is, this is warning the Leo to look at it a little differently. Does the Leo truly have the evidence to say this person intentionally caused me grief? Or was there something confusing about this? Categorizing something and putting it in to like or putting a label on it that may or may not fit. This is obviously Leo was hurt. That much is true. But why did it happen? That's the thing that this is asking the Leo to evaluate, because how they label something will become the thing that doesn't allow them to look at something from a different viewpoint. It might even make it so that it's impossible for Leo to allow healing to come in. And if that's the purpose for this person to show back up in Leo's life, is because this is a chance for Leo to really have a pain wiped away. Sometimes the things that we don't know, the little pieces of information that we don't know, change everything. Somebody who we perceive as, this person, whatever, they clipped my side mirror on my vehicle as they sped past me, and I'm angry and I call that person a hit and run. I wasn't hurt. It was very minimal, but they clipped the window on a parked car as they continued to speed down the way. If we didn't know that that person had, a family member in their car that was, gravely injured, and they were just desperately trying to get to the hospital, and like there were other things at play, we might think that driver was the worst person ever, when in fact that driver might not be the worst person ever. They made some bad choices, but on the other hand, what would we have done in their shoes? There are things that, until we know the full picture of stuff, all we know is that wasn't fair, that hurt me, or that made me sad, or that upset me. By the way, I'm not condoning people driving wildly and hitting other cars. I'm just saying, I was trying to give a quick example of something that if we didn't know the full story, we wouldn't understand why someone did what they did. We only know the damage that it caused to our side mirror on our vehicle. Maybe we weren't even in the car, so we don't know at all what happened, what the circumstances were. We just come out of work and guess what? Our side mirror is missing and we're pissed. That's understandable, but we don't know why it happened. I'm just saying that this Leo has a chance to get more information about a very painful situation that has already occurred. This person is facing them, and Leo is questioning, why are they coming in to talk to me now, universe? And the universe is simply saying, do you have all the pieces of the information, Leo? And maybe Leo does, in which case, that's it. They've got everything they need. But we have the Lovers, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Queen of Coins. What I'm going to say is this. If there is information out there that Leo assumed that this person pursued someone else, that may not actually be true. What is true? Can we get that answer from this person? Let's give them a chance to talk, because they're coming in to say, Leo, something that was difficult that I was trapped in, I'm freed from it, and I'm coming forward to speak with you. Do they have an explanation? Like, what really happens? The Emperor. They did have to grow into someone who could take charge of their own life. How do they feel about the Leo? Hanged Man, King of Cups, Seven of Swords, Temperance, Three of Swords. How do they feel about the Leo? They feel like, on one hand, they can see it from a different perspective. They can see how they would look like a liar. They have a ton of love for Leo, but they wouldn't believe it themselves. They have been utterly brokenhearted. They want nothing more than to have peace with the Leo and balance. They have a ton of emotion and love for the Leo, but they can see how they would look like a liar. How will this wrap up? The Chariot. There will be forward motion. I think that this Leo is going to be able to communicate with them, or get to a point where, yeah, definitely there will be a place where there can be communication. This is no guarantee that the Leo is saying, okay, let me hear them out, and then I'll say, okay, I'll take them back. What it is that Leo hearing this person out, genuinely returning to the conversation, because I do feel like they show up, Leo says, wow, I don't know how to process any of this. Almost like they stop this person and say, that's about all I want to hear from you today. I need to go process how you're even showing up in my life right now. They think about this, and then they decide to go ahead and continue a conversation with this character. And I think at minimum, I think this Leo is going to discover that it feels really good to hear more of this story from this character. What they do with that information is up to them. But if this is a chance to at least really heal some wounds, some rifts, to take away this energy, that might be well worth the conversation. Again, it's up to Leo. And Leo does not need to take this person back. But in this case, it appears that this conversation could change a lot. I'm going to leave that there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you do enjoy the channel, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. I'll see you in the next one tomorrow.